Geraint back here, Mr. G Shave or Gary, whichever you find easier to say. I had a great shave yesterday with my head shave, so if you want to go and have a look at that, you'll see that I hinted at something new in the den. So I'm going to go through the software first. I didn't photograph this, but I'm going with this Sterling Rosemary and Mint pre-shave soap to start me off. I'm going to Tabac, one of my favourites soaps. I'm going with Marks and Spencer's, and it is original Wood Spice Gentleman Aftershave. So when you take it out of the box, it looks like that. Nice bottle. I'm following that up with Lucky Tiger instead of a witch hazel, which I believe this does the same sort of thing. It's got aloe vera, calendula and chamomile, so it does pretty much the same thing as a witch hazel. And I'm going with Boots Freshwood Aftershave Balm. So that's the software. I'm keeping you in suspense. Brush today is going to be my Proraso Boar brush made by Omega, with the silver effect handle, so it's really nice. And if I can get it so that you can read it, but there you go. So that's the brush today. Blades, I'm holding you in suspense. Last thing is going to be the razor. Personna blues, Personna platinum blues. Oops, wrong way around. So there you go. And then last but not least, new to my den, is the fine all metal Marvel 3-piece safety razor. So this is brand new. I have opened it and I've put the blade in, but I wanted to show you how it opens on camera as well. It's always the way with these. But basically what I wanted to show you was, it says try with fine classic shaving soap. So just there. And then you open it up and it says thick and easy, slick and protective. I'm guessing that's talking about the soap. And there's a little tab and it says pull to open, and all you do is you pull open, and it says for best results use minimal pressure and avoid overshaving, and then lift here to open. So, and that is the razor. Take it out. And the reason I like this one is because of the head. I noticed when I put the blade in, it really doesn't half bend the blade down more than my other razors. It's got this very thick bar here and here, and there's quite a blade gap, but from what I've seen on other videos, I love the handle on this. If you want to see how long it is in comparison, say it's quite a short razor, but there is the Merca 34, which is only just slightly shorter, but so that's the Merca 34C in comparison. So it's quite a short razor, but I like that. That's fine by me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a go. So I'm going to get myself ready and I'll be right back. Right, here we go. So I've put the pre-shave on and I've already lathered up the soap. So hopefully you can see that. Plenty of soap in there. I love the smell. Tabac is just such a nice smell. So yeah, I'm going to go straight to the face now. bit more water. Oh, lovely scent to this soap. This soap scent strength. Oop, losing a bit of. Got a bit of solid chunk of soap on my t-shirt again. Seem to be doing that a lot lately. Yeah, scent strength on this soap, I would say it's up certainly in the 6 out of 10. Straight out of the bowl, I would say it's probably 5 out of 10. But once you start to lather it up, it really is a nice strong scent. It's supposed to be the tobacco blossom scent. I couldn't tell you, I've never smelt tobacco blossom, but all I can say is it's really nice and one of my favourite soaps. So I think that's enough for the first pass. But I mean, there's loads, absolutely loads and loads of soap there. So first pass with the fine marble razor. Let's see what this feels like. So that's against 7 days growth, and it's cut it away beautifully. Doesn't feel aggressive. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know how they do it with the blade gap on there in comparison to, say, the mrg34C. I don't know how they do that. It's definitely more efficient than a 34C, but it just feels so smooth. Nice weight to the razor as well. And very easy to find the angle. I don't know why this isn't something that's reviewed on a more regular basis, although it is reviewed. I have seen quite a few reviews on this razor, so maybe I'm, maybe I just haven't seen. But I think I've seen about 5 reviews on this over the time that I've actually been shaving, so, but there must be more out there. And it was Jim Will Shave, I think, just before I went on holiday that used his marble razor that made me think, you know what? I'm going to get one of those. Because it is different. And I tell you what, I'm impressed with this so far. Really nice razor, very smooth, but also quite efficient. Surprisingly so. Maybe I'll do the Marvel against the 34C and see how that feels efficiency wise. But I think that went through my 7-day growth quicker and easier and smoother than the 34C. So, right. So as I said yesterday, it's as I expected. It's as smooth as the 34C and the DE89, but it's more efficient, I think. That's my personal opinion, but it's gone very thin. But it will do the job. I mean, there's loads and loads of soap there. I'll do a nicely. Second pass. So this should be across the grain, and it is across the grain for me, but on this side I always go up. Yeah. It's usually on the second and third pass that I really get a feel for a razor, and that is super smooth. And the blades work really well. I took a bit of a chance going with the Personna Blue because whilst I have used Personna Blue in the past, I certainly, the normal thing to do with a first time razor is to put an Astra SP in, or Astra Green. But as I used those blades in my leaf razor yesterday, I just thought I'm going to go with something different. This is really a very pleasant shave. This is a daily shaver. I would say this is good for, I'd even say this is good for a beginner. It's more efficient definitely, but it's very easy to find the angle, and it's very smooth. So going with the third pass, against the grain pass. That's better. So, against the grain, this side is what you would call a cross. Really, really good. That has to be one of the smoothest razors I've got in my den. Really doing an amazing job. Loving that. So if you watched the video yesterday, my kids have gone camping this weekend, and tonight it's supposed to get down to 5 degrees centigrade, so I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but I might try and put it up on screen somewhere. But they've taken, suffice to say, it's cold enough for them to decide they wanted to take an oil-filled radiator with them. Luckily they're not too far away, they're only about an hour away, so if they really get cold and wet, they can give up, but I don't think they will. Then my kids don't give up. But we'll see. That 5 degrees is quite cold to be out in a tent, to be out under canvas, you know, when you consider they're not really geared up for cold weather. So yeah, I suppose you could say they geared themselves up taking a radiator with them, and they'll have electricity to run it. So right, so let's go for the pickup pass. Does it need a little bit? Very, very, here where I usually have to do pickup, it's pretty much BBS. In fact, I could leave that. I'm not going to, but I could leave it quite happily. So I'm using the G Shave bowl today. I don't know whether I said that. It's got hot water in it, so nice warm lather. Ooh, hello. That's a solid piece of soap again. So there we go. Really smooth. Right, that's me done. I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. Right, all cleaned up. So just the cold wash to go now. Actually, I need to put my alum on, so no point in... As I've said in my last video, you don't need to use alum every time. I've just got into the habit of using it. It's part of the rhythm of my shave. It's stinging a little bit there, that surprises me. Felt really smooth. It's obviously a close shave. Yeah, equally there. Bit of sting. But all in all, a great shave. I would definitely recommend that Marvel. Considering how close that's shaved and considering how much that's stinging, that's telling me that's quite an aggressive razor. Or certainly more aggressive than I would recommend for a beginner, so I take that back. I wouldn't suggest that a beginner start with that. I think they should get used to, their face used to shaving with a DE razor before attempting moving up a gear to say the Marvel. But that would be a good step up from the Merca 34 or the Edwin Jagger DE89. It will feel as comfortable as both of those razors, but it will definitely give you a closer shave, I think. But that's really BBS. Really pleased with that razor. Right, that alum's done its job. So I'm going on now with the Lucky Tiger. This I love as well. It's got sort of a light citrusy scent, but it's really refreshing. You can smell the aloe. Really nice. and that's being used instead of the witch hazel. It says aftershave and face tonic. I wouldn't say it's got an aftershave scent. It's got a scent, but very mild, very mild. I wouldn't be happy going out with just that on. I'd need to add what I would call a proper aftershave splash. Something with a bit more oomph. Oh, that's really nice. Woody. Woody barbershop. Oh, it's lovely scent that. Really like that. And then finally, the Freshwood aftershave balm from Boots. This is quite thick. If you turn it upside down, it really does take a little bit to get it out. But that's all I need. That'll do my head and face. So that's me done. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Going back to a few more of my favourites. And trying out the new razor. It's nice. So it's I'll be next Friday will be the next video for my head shave. So until then, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from the fine Marvel razor. Great success, great razor. See you next week.